couple of stories caught my attention this week. One was a big issue in the New York Times about people who basically make their living by dumpster diving. They search through garbage. Their theory is they don't want to take anything new from any consumption. They don't want to live off of any new product. They simply want to live off what's already been kind of recycled life. There are whole societies now of people growing up like this. The other story that caught my attention in this regard was a story a couple of weeks ago about a huge treasure find at the bottom of some body of water by a company that's been searching for a long time. And it came up with $500 million in gold coins, and there's a court battle now, of course, about who owns it. The reason why those two stories struck me was because of this notion of finding what's really valuable to you in something that's been lost and buried and discarded. There's a story in the Torah about Isaac and trying to find the water to give water to his family and his community. He found the wells of his father Abraham that had been filled in over time by the Philistines and redug them. One of the sad things about modern day Judaism is that so many people have left Judaism and tried to find a meaning for their lives in other religious traditions. Think about the amount of young Jews who are in Hare Krishna or the Moonies or Tibetan Buddhists. In fact, there's a book written by a Jew, one of 7, who went to meet with the head of Tibetan Buddhism, and one of his questions was, how come so many of his leadership were born Jewish? The book is called Joy the Lotus. And obviously, I think that Judaism was missing something for a long time. The rabbis, it wasn't that Judaism was missing something, it was the teachers of Judaism weren't presenting authentic Judaism. They maybe steered away from the substance and essence of Judaism, which is God and the life of the Spirit and holiness and piety, and in favor of other things that were important at the time about building community and dealing with Israel and anti-Semitism and the Holocaust. But you can't take the guts of Judaism out of it, the spiritual dimensions of God and Torah, of the life of a search for meaning, which Judaism gave to the world, the idea of monotheism and holiness. And take that, you can't take that away and expect people to stay. It's a religion that gave so much to the world, and we have to reclaim it. Instead of people discarding it, and people now, we think, are coming back to it. We see a renewal and a resurgence of young people looking back into their own roots because we're recovering that. It doesn't have to be found at the bottom of a dumpster anymore.